Greetings, church musicians. Thanks for tuning in. This is Feel the Joy by Mark Condon. I'm going to do this song in a set of 3 videos. There's a lot to unpack here, and I don't want to overwhelm, so we're going to start with just a very basic concept here on this first video. As you look at the chart, and the original key is E flat minor, you notice that we stay on that E flat minor chord, that one chord, quite a long time. Sort of like this. Joy of the Lord falling fresh on me, I feel the joy of the Lord. E flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor. What do I do with that? It doesn't sound very interesting, and I don't feel like it has the gospel feel, that flavor that I'm trying to reach. How do I get it there? That's the question I get a lot. So let's work through ways to bring a little bit of spice to that. The first thing we're going to do is talk about a rhythm pattern. You need a couple of rhythm patterns to fill out this dead time, so to speak. So on the overhead cam, I'm going to show you just with single notes what the rhythm is, and then we'll put it into the chord progression. So here we go. Right hand, I'm just going to put you on middle C here. We're going to do 8 beats here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight hits on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second set would be 1, 2, and 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now putting it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. So that one's pretty straightforward. Okay, doable. Left hand, we're going to do a little bit of syncopation. Hey, we got to have a little bit of that in the gospel, right? So right here, I'm going to do just the G below middle C with my thumb. Arbitrary notes, just trying to get the rhythm here. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. That's going to be the first pattern. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Second pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, putting those 8 beats together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so take a moment. If that's not coming to you easily, you might want to refresh that, review that, and get that under your thumbs. We're just doing thumbs right now to make the hand coordination a little easier. When you're ready, we'll move on. This next step, I'm going to take you to the E flat minor chord, so E flat, G flat, B flat here. Okay, and then we're going to alternate between this chord and a flat 7 chord, D flat major, E flat minor, D flat, F, A flat, or D flat major chord. A little tip, we do this a lot in gospel when you're on that one chord, whatever your key is in this case E flat minor, and you need something to fill in space, you can do that E flat to D flat minor, 1 to a flat 7. It's a whole step away from whatever the name of the key is. So that works very well. A little note about fingering, because we want speed, we want to go fast, right? Of course. So I'm using just a 1 through 5, but to get to that D flat chord, instead of hopping back and forth, it gets a little tiring and hard to keep it really comfortable as we get faster, and there's a lot of repeats sometimes. So I'm going to do my thumb shifting down to the D flat, but my second finger is actually already touching the F, and my fourth finger there is already touching the A flat. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 4 on that D flat chord. 1 through 5, 1, 2, 4, like that. And you can alternate that many times as you'd like. Okay, so that brings me now to the left hand. The left hand, I'm not actually going to do a full chord. I'm just going to do a single note. I'm going to do the interval of a fifth. So E flat, pinky and your thumb on the B flat, just rocking back and forth, just a nice undulation there, not a lot of stress. If you don't have a bass player, you can take it down an octave if you'd like, get a lower tone. If you're one that likes octaves, you can try the octaves. I think it's a little difficult, at least for me personally, because it goes really fast and it's hard to be always accurate with the octaves. You decide what works best for you. Okay, now we have the positions for what the hands are doing left and right. We know what the rhythm is. We got to put all this together now. So let's take it nice and slow and see if we can get this under the hand here. Okay, so I'm going to try to talk through it. There it is. So that's it. I may try it one more time, maybe slower. Yeah, that'll do it. So that's the sequence, just the thumbs working on rhythms, then finding where the chords go in the right hand, what the notes are in the left hand, and lastly, putting that all together. So that gives you a really nice fill. You can use it in the chorus, for example. Joy of the Lord falling fresh on me, I feel the joy of the Lord. And then it goes in that next part, or I'm a little tired of it. Like that. So those are ways that you can use that in the verses, in the chorus, to provide some rhythmic interest, to feel like there's motion forward while you're still really just focusing on that E flat minor chord. All right, friends, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll get the second installment up soon. Give this video a like and feel free to share with your friends. I'll see you at the next installment.